So, not too long ago, I just shared the story of how my son barely survived being born, but he's here, he's healthy. And the reason I share my story is because I want you to have the courage to share your story. I know you probably think your story is messed up, your story is messy, is ugly, nobody wants to hear it. I know these thoughts go through your head. They went through my head when I first started making videos on this app. But the thing is, what you don't understand is if you look at some of my videos and you check the comments, you'll see how many people received help from when I told stories about things I've overcame or I've survived. And I know you think sometimes that the things you went through just like you wouldn't have chose for yourself, but it was just something that you went through. But you have an opportunity to use the thing that you went through as a life tool to help somebody go from where they are to where they can be, or from where they are to where they want to be, to help mentor, to coach, to teach, to lead, to strengthen somebody. Your story has significance, it has impact, and it has the power maybe to change somebody's life. Remember that the Bible says one plants, one waters, but God gets the increase. You don't know if you're watering, you don't know if you're planting, but the thing is, you will give somebody strength through your story. I know what you're really worried about. Subconsciously, you're worried about being judged. You're worried that somebody will see the worst parts of you or say, hey, this person should have did this person should have handled it like this. I wouldn't have handled it. I wouldn't have did this. I wouldn't even put myself in that situation. Well, it is what it is. And what you don't understand is when you give somebody strength through your story, what's happening is you're strengthening their faith to get through their current challenge, the faith to go through the challenge that they're about to have. If you look at my comments, I've watched people say, hey, I wasn't about to do this, but your story gave me the strength, the courage, or it made me want to move. That's what your story has the power to do, to move somebody, to motivate, to inspire, to strengthen. You've got all this thing that you've been through, and you won't share it because you keep thinking people are going to judge you. That's not the truth. And if they do, so what? That's on them. But think about the people you help. Think about the people that are going to survive. Think about whose life is going to be better because you shared your story. What I need you to understand is courage comes from you looking beyond what you currently feel, facing the fear, and doing it anyway. Please tell your story on this app. Share what you've been through. Share your strength. Help somebody go from where they are to where they can be. You don't have to be famous to make a difference. All you got to do is be willing. And if you're willing, you can share your story and you can have an impact. One life changed, one person impact, you've made a difference. Remember that the goal is growth. Growth happens in the journey. Enjoy it.